Ooh, sorry it's been so long since I've done a video for you guys. I have mostly been super busy with the shop, so sorry it's taken me so long. I'm hoping now that I'm filming this stuff on my iPhone that I might be able to do stuff a bit more frequently for you guys. So let's get going. I'm going to talk to you briefly about my thoughts of Avengers Age of Ultron. Before I get started, I'm going to say that number one, it's awesome that we even get these movies. Like, any complaints are really just nitpicking, because it's kind of amazing that we even get these movies made, and it's just always impossibly cool that we even get to see these superheroes up on the big screen. Like, that's amazing. So anything that I say, any moaning, please take with a huge heap of salt, because it's really whinging about something that is kind of still awesome anyway. So that said, good points. The action was pretty cool. Some of the CGI was great. The start was a bit ropey, but it got better. The scene in particular with the slow-mo fight in like the little church thing, that was amazing. That was a real standout moment. Some of the jokes were great. In particular, the Hulk Buster, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, was amazing. So good jokes. Other than that, I can't think of any other standout moments. There was no kind of overwhelming amazingness like I got with the Winter Soldier or with Guardians of the Galaxy. It was just kind of like, that was good fun. There were some problems. So let's talk about the problems. Number one, this is more of a personal thing, but I kind of found Ultron a bit too heavy on the jokes. Now I know he's supposed to have come kind of almost from Tony Stark, so I understand that he's going to be sarcastic and a bit of an a-hole, but it kind of took away from the whole homicidal maniac vibe, because he would make a joke immediately afterwards. Number two, I am kind of annoyed with what they did with Black Widow. I wrote a big article about this for Need to Consume, which I'll put the link for in the description if you want to really read into detail, but I'll hit you with the bullet points. I didn't like that they kind of ignored everything that she has progressed with in the Winter Soldier. In the Winter Soldier we saw her really sort of come on as a character. It basically took the whole of Winter Soldier for her to even slightly start opening up to Steve Rogers. So the fact that in Age of Ultron she would A, randomly have a thing with the Hulk, and B, completely open up to him with one of her huge secrets halfway through the film, that just seemed silly to me. And I know we're talking about a film with robots and superpowers, but it just seemed a bit disingenuous. I don't like the fact that it had zero build-up. I mean, we're talking nothing. If you'd had in the first Avengers maybe a little hint, or maybe like something in any of the other movies, but to just be like, bang, here's Hulk and Black Widow, deal with it, that doesn't play. I think a lot of the stuff in this movie, a lot of the flaws can be explained as lazy writing. Now, as you know, if you know me, I'm not a huge Joss Whedon fan. I don't think that he deserves all of the hype he gets, and I mean, hands up, he's done some great stuff. People love Buffy, people love Firefly, that's cool. I don't think his work with Avengers is very good. I think he tends to walk around like this, blah 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 blah, I'm Joss Whedon, I do what I want, because it seems like he's totally ignored every single other film that's happened. It's almost like he completely just disregarded the progression of all the other characters, which is kind of insane, because there was huge leaps and bounds for some of these characters. I am particularly upset with how he treats them. I think he boils each character down to their most basic trait. So he tends to make Captain America an idiot, tends to treat him like a stupid old man, whereas in Winter Soldier we had a whole, 2.5 hour movie of a huge amount of progression for that character. Just so much stuff happened in that movie, and it's just like he's completely ignored it. I think he basically just has Iron Man be jokes, 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 and Cap is usually the butt of those jokes, which, for example, the language joke, it was funny the first 2-3 times. The 6th time is starting to wear thin. I do think Joss Whedon sacrifices things for the sake of getting in one-liners. In Tony Stark's little vision with everyone dead, which, by the way, was my favourite moment visually in the whole movie. I thought it was an incredible scene. The way it was sort of laid out and everything, it was beautiful. But completely ruined by the fact that Captain America says, and it's, don't quote me because I can't remember it exactly, but something along the lines of, "Why didn't you save us?" Really? Like, number one, Captain America as a character would never ask that of anyone. Like, seriously, he's going to be the first guy to step up and sacrifice himself. So the fact that he would ask that of Iron Man is ridiculous. And a lot of people are saying, oh, it's a dream sequence. But I think that's just people making excuses for lazy, rubbish writing, basically. Also, I love Chris Evans and I think he's incredible. Go and watch Snowpiercer and Puncture if you don't think he's incredible, because he's amazing. But that line wasn't very well delivered. I kind of don't get why they couldn't have had someone like Hawkeye say it instead, especially with all the family build-up they gave us. Which leads me on to Hawkeye. What the... Because what a mess. Like, I am a Hawkeye fan from the comic books. Matt Fraction's run on the Marvel Now series is perfect. And the all-new Hawkeye, which is running now, which is Jeff Lemire, is also amazing. So why did they just pull this weird nonsense family out of their arse? Like, why? Again, if there had been hints in any of the other movies that he had a secret family, that would have been, okay, yeah, fair enough, that's a cool payoff. But, you know, there wasn't even like a little sneaky phone call in the first Avengers, there was nothing. So we're just expected to believe there's nothing, bang, secret family. That is lazy writing. If he'd been setting this up in the first Avengers, that would have been cool. If it had been set up in literally any of the other movies, that would have been cool. But it wasn't. It was just there. And we were just supposed to accept it and connect with his family that we knew nothing about and didn't care about. And it was just a bit... blech. I wanted more Hawkeye. I really did. That wasn't the more Hawkeye that I wanted. I wanted, I think it would have been awesome to have Hawkeye's secret hideout be like a crappy, dingy apartment in Hell's Kitchen where Daredevil is. Hint, 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 hint. Imagine if his dingy little apartment had been there. You don't have to see Daredevil, you just know that's in the same place. And who was living in his apartment keeping it warm for him? Kate Bishop. I don't know a single Hawkeye fan that doesn't want to see Kate Bishop in a movie, probably played by Aubrey Plaza because she would be perfect. So why didn't they do that? Instead, they gave him a random family that we don't care about, we have no connection to, and no interest in. Why? There's so much good stuff to draw from. Why did you do that? My main problem really with it does come down to, I don't think the characterization's great. I think it seems like everything's just ignored. All the progression from the other films are ignored, everything that's happened. The fact there's no mention of Bucky other than a tiny throwaway line is ridiculous because he's literally Steve Rogers' boyfriend, best friend. So the fact that he's not mentioned at all is crazy. The fact that Falcon isn't in it more is insane, especially after the bromance that he grew with Steve Rogers in Winter Soldier. I didn't get what was going on with Thor. What was that cave thing? What was that dream sequence? I understood about 10% of whatever Thor was doing. In general, the film seemed a bit kind of choppy and all over the place, and I appreciate it's a big ensemble piece, so there's a hell of a lot to fit in to a short space of time. And I know that the original cut was massively much longer, and then it got cut and cut again, so I appreciate that there's tons and tons and tons that's been cut out. But it just seemed like it didn't quite mesh very well. One of the other things that annoyed me are just kind of minor story things, which again, they're really personal problems rather than sort of huge film movie breaking nonsense. One is that I was pretty pissed off that Quicksilver died, just because I was really enjoying his character. I liked his powers and how they did them. Special effects were wicked, he was funny, he was interesting. I liked the relationship he had with Wanda, with Scarlet Witch. I thought that was done really well, and together they played off each other nicely. I thought his accent was actually a lot stronger. I just really liked him being in it. I thought it was good. I don't think he had to die. His death, again, didn't actually do anything for us. It was, again, I think, lazy story writing to give Scarlet Witch a bit of a push. It just seemed like, we need some motivation for Scarlet Witch. kill her brother. The only other thing plot-wise I thought was a little bit weak was the fact that Ultron, being this sort of supposedly omnipotent, all-powerful, access to all the technology in the world being, that his final great plan was to pick up a city and drop a city like a comet. Ultron, are you for real, girl? That is not a plan. That's not even 12% of the plan. On the flip side, I really like Scarlet Witch. It was awesome. I particularly liked the bit where she came out the door just blasting her way through. It's cool getting like little glimpses into her powers. I liked how she reacted when Quicksilver died. Like the scream was just like, ugh, tore my heart out, but it was awesome. Let's not talk about Ultron having his literal heart torn out, because that was the lamest thing I've ever seen. Joss, honey, stop with the one-liners. I felt like it was better than the first Avengers, but I didn't really like the first Avengers that much. To me, the first Avengers is just 2.5 hours of punching. Which is cool. Like, I'm all for punching. I really love the bits in this movie with like them all kind of working together. So where you had in the first movie Iron Man doing the repulsor blast off of Cap's shield, like in this where you had Thor hitting his shield with a hammer, it was awesome. The action was brilliant. I can't fault the action at all. I felt like the first Avengers sort of did this. Oh, good bit. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's alright. Oh, that's good. Whereas this one went, great bit, dreadful, great bit, dreadful, great bit, dreadful, to the point that the lows are worse, but the highs are higher. I don't know. I think it's the sort of thing that when it comes out, I probably won't give it mega tons of viewings. I think that as time progresses, I'm getting more annoyed by the things that annoyed me, especially the Black Widow thing and some of the story problems. But on the upside, Joss Whedon is now off. He's finally stepping away from the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and going away, hopefully for a long time, alone, and to never come back. He's gone. The next movie is obviously Ant-Man in, I think, July. That looks like a laugh, which will be a nice sort of palate cleanser after the intense experience that was Age of Ultron. Then next year we have Captain America Civil War, which is like my #1, because I am Mrs. Captain America and I literally cannot wait, and I feel like I might be sick from excitement. And there's like 4 pictures that have been released and I've screamed at every one, which I know is so over the top, but seriously, help. Everything about that movie is going to give me a cardiac arrest, I'm telling you. Calm down, calm down. I've got a year to wait. So this time next year, we'll probably be talking about how freaking amazing Civil War was, because Civil War is being directed by the Russo brothers, and the Russo brothers are the guys that did Captain America Winter Soldier, which is, in my opinion, and probably yours, the greatest Marvel film so far. So to give them material like Civil War is going to be cray and amazing, and I think they are gonna nail it, because they seem to know what they're doing, how to do it, how to take the comic story and change little bits of it to make it better, and I think it's going to be joy. So that is the thing I am super excited for, and at the moment I have Civil War blinkers on and cannot see past Civil War. So that is my #1 excitement right now, and I'm probably going to talk about it constantly, so I apologise in advance. Sorry, not sorry. I will put all the links to all the stuff in the description box below. It'd be wickedy wick if you could check out the Facebook page for Darkside Comics. Just type in Darkside Comics UK and up we pop. Our Twitter is Darkside Comic UK. Our Instagram is Darkside Comics UK. Our Tumblr is Darkside Comics UK. That's all the things. You can also follow me at Hollow on Twitter, at Hollow on Instagram. I have a Facebook page now as well, which is facebook.com/thathollyringsell. That's HOLLYRINGSELL. I will put all the links below for you to check out, and I will see you on the dark side.